Hello, welcome to Scrap Time episode 950. My name is Christine, and on today's episode I'm showing you some new templates from the Crafters Workshop. Today I'm going to be showing you some new templates from the Crafters Workshop, and I'm going to be making a card similar to this art journal page. We're going to work on the background and then use the flower just to make a little flower on top. So let's get started. So I have my card here. I'm using a watercolor paper card. Any thicker card that will absorb spray inks will work for this technique. And I have some new stencils. These particular ones are from Rhonda Palazzari. I'm going to use that one a little later. These come in the 12 by 12 and the 6 by 6. I have both. For the background though, I'm going to start with the 12 by 12. So, now because I'm doing a card, I think I will only work with one big stencil. And I just need a paper towel. 1 second. I want to just put a paper towel underneath, and it just helps collect the excess inks when you're working on smaller surfaces. Okay, so I'm going to use some dilution sprays, and I'm going to use some greens and yellows. That one's cut grass. Calypso teal. Oh, the yellow's not working at the moment, so I'll put on some Dirty Martini. Get a polished jade. Now normally I would take another card or paper over top of that and soak up that ink and not waste it. But today, I'm sorry, I'm going to waste it. I'm just going to put a paper towel over it to soak it up. There, I'm going to take it off. Move my card. I'm just going to wipe it off a bit. And I'm just going to soak up a bit of that excess that got underneath. Okay, and I'm going to just give it a quick dry. So I came across this technique by accident when I was doing my pages for my Exploring Art Journaling 3 class. And so you'll find that sometimes when you use your sprays, they're very intense. And I had done sprays on a background, and then I decided I didn't want the sprays and I was going to just paint over top and do something completely different. And that's how I happened upon this technique. So I want to soften my background. So I'm taking white paint and my brush. And I'm now going to paint over the entire card with white paint. Now because these were dye sprays, when you apply a liquid over top, it will activate the color once again. And so that is why you can see that where it's white here, the ink has now filled in. It also blends the colors together. So you get these really soft backgrounds that there's no way you could get from spraying or inking or painting. You still get the design from the stencil showing through while all your colors soften together. Okay. And now I'm just going to dry my paint so I can move on to my next layer. So I've dried the white. It didn't take that long to dry. I'm going to just wipe off a bit of the white paint here. It's always great if you have one of these craft mats to work on, because then you're not concerned so much about ruining your table. So now I'm going to take some of the smaller of the stencils. These are those designs, but a little smaller. I'm going to use some paints. I have light portrait pink. And I like to use them on a palette paper. It just makes easier for cleanup. This one is the magenta. And Prism Violet. And then I'm just going to work with makeup sponges. Now I really like this design because it's just a bit of an outline. It's very soft, but it's just a bit of an outline, which is sort of pretty. It's a little darker. And then I can take this city pattern and I just like to randomly and even overlap some patterns, just adding a little bit of texture. And then there's even this great texture design. Some dots and bigger dots, strips. So I can add more of that on later. So now what I want to do is take different stencil. I have this flower stencil. This one is from Julie Fayfan Balzer. And I'm only going to use, because I'm doing a smaller card, I just want to use the inner flower. I'm not going to use the outer flower for this card. So I'm going to start with my light color. Start just a bit in the middle. I'm going to bring in my darker color. And then just try and get that really dark. Now if you go over and get a bit of the other design, don't worry about it. But I'm trying to just get the outer flower. Or just get the ends of the inside flower, sorry, not get the outer flower. And then I can go back with this darker color, or the medium color, and a bit of the light again in the middle. And I have a little flower added onto my page. So I'm going to just dry my flower. Okay, and now can use my paint pens that I've used so much. They're all sort of have no paint left in them. And then I like to just put a little dot on the flowers. I think it just makes them pop. And if I can find a thin one that's working. I like to add just a little on the bottom as well. And I can get a black one for my stem. Just to do that. And then if I wanted, I can add a little bit more of the stencils, just to and then you can either write a message or stamp a message. But there you have a cute little softened background with the templates and sprays, and then just using the this template to make flowers. You can make the big flower, the little flower, layer them up on your projects. So that's some tips using some new Crafters Workshop templates. Well, that's it for today's episode. Be sure to check out our website at www.scraptime.ca. And on our next episode, I'm showing you the Inspire dies from Spellbinders. So please join us. Thanks for watching Scrap Time.